Good morning.
Good morning, everyone that's on.
We hope you are having a great Tuesday. Beautiful weather.
Yeah, it is.
You'd have known if you'd gone walking with us.
Well, I'll let y'all handle that this morning. It just is getting right for hunting season, the weather.
When does that start?
Saturday, this past Saturday.
Oh.
So, yeah. So we're excited about that. Good morning, Miss Christina Bird.
Good morning, Miss Heidi. Miss Joan, good morning. Good morning, Miss Amanda Riddle.
We'll give it a minute. Let some more folks jump on right quick.
We just have a couple of announcements and things we want to go over for the next few weeks.
It's going to be a busy time.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Terry Mercer, Michael T. Williams. You guys that's already on, if you will, go ahead and hit your share button and get this out with us today and for us. So you have a drinking problem?
Yeah. It's bad.
Who you telling?
All right, you ready?
Yes. Again, good morning, everyone, and hope you're having a good morning.
Yes.
Hello, Teresa. What you got?
So we have a couple of announcements. First off, Kids Choir. They have resumed practices. They had taken a break for the summer, but they are back. And if your student wants to be a part of Kids Choir, you can do that by going to the link, clintonfwc.org/kidschoir, and sign up. And then Kenyon, our worship leader, Deacon Kenyon Stevens, he will be in contact with you to give you all the information you need to know for you and your child. Along in the worship realm, we also have a musician's call that we are going to be doing. We have a great band, and nobody's getting kicked out, but we also want to realize that there's always room for growth, and so we want to have a musician's call to call those who may have a desire to play. No experience is required. You don't have to come in knowing how to play. You just have to have a heart for worship and be teachable. I've seen a couple of our youth have started to come up and even sit with some of the players and kind of get the basics of everything. And so if you want to be a part of that, it don't matter how old you are, or there is a cutoff limit for age. You can't be 3 and wanting to play the guitar, but we'd be glad for that enthusiasm for the years to come. But you can sign up at clintonfwc-worship team. And Kenyon, who also will be handling that side of it, he will be in contact with you to give you all the information you may need if you are interested in playing an instrument. And that could be electric guitar, acoustic guitar, bass, keyboard. We're really looking for a keyboard player. I know that's one of our prayers for the worship team, because that'll free Kenyon up a little bit more for to lead and to do certain things. So maybe a bass. I know Stephen is our bass player. So anyway, musician's call. And then tomorrow night we will have our 9/11 service, but we'll talk about that a little bit after all of our other preliminary stuff. Women's ministry will be meeting this Thursday at 7 p.m. in the fellowship hall. You are not going to want to miss this if you are a lady and want to be a part of that. You don't have to sign up or anything, just show up. It'll be in our fellowship hall, and that is led by Miss Lisa Tyndall. And I just saw her post this morning about the scriptures that they were going to be going over, and it looked like it was going to be a very interesting topic. So all ladies, that will be Thursday night. I'm talking a whole lot, but it'll be all right.
You're doing You're doing good.
You talk a lot on Sunday, so it'll be all right.
I'm giving you the stage, the floor.
Our student ministry will be taking a trip to Hub's Corn Maze, I think is the name of it. And that will be on October 13th. That is a Sunday morning. And following that Sunday morning service, they will be meeting and then going to Hubs Farm to have a very fun afternoon. But we need you to sign up. You can actually message the church directly on our Facebook and say, hey, I'm interested in signing my kid up to be a part of the Hubs Corn Maze event. And that is October 13th. So almost a month away.
Yeah.
And then, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday is a revival service that you will be preaching at St. Paul's Church. And that's on Turkey Highway. We've been there
A couple times.
a couple of times over the years, and it's always a great time of fellowship with other communities and other churches in our community. And so that will be Wednesday, September 18th at 7 p.m. We will not be having service here.
On Wednesday night, we will be moving our service here to St. Paul with Pastor David Marable, and a choir or our praise team will be singing on that Wednesday night as well. And I'm really looking forward to being in a revival service with those most wonderful individuals, and so glad for the invite that we've got, and looking forward to that. And before we move any further, let's talk about this past Sunday morning.
Yes.
If you were here, we were in an awesome service with Pastor Vincent Gunn, and
He was on fire.
He was. He was so awesome, and I've heard nothing but great reviews about him, and so many people were singing his accolades, and rightfully so. And I don't know if Pastor Gunn's listening or not, but I tell you, man, you blessed us, and you blessed this congregation, and you blessed our community, and we're so glad that you were here with us, and we look forward to being with you guys more often. You just a wonderful time we had in the Lord, and I'm really grateful for the service. And if you weren't here, you can watch the replay online this past Sunday morning. He really preached on a subject about transformation, and it was really inspiring.
He actually came from the text that you had preached the Sunday before. And so that just goes to show you the versatility of the Bible is the same. Two different preachers can teach on the same subject and have a very similar message, but still come at it from different angles. And it was just a blessing.
Well, one thing I love about the Holy Spirit, it knits us together. And you have your work here at church, and I have mine, but they're still knit together for the same cause. And basically, having these type of ministry like Pastor Gunn's and other great pastors we have in our community, we have some great churches in our community. There's not many churches in this community you can't go to that you won't get blessed. And that's what I'm so glad about it. This church can't hold all the people in Sampson County.
Exactly.
And so for anybody to say, well, come to my church and it's the only church you can get to know the Lord, that's false. So many wonderful churches, so many wonderful choirs and worship leaders, and so we got a lot of anointed and talented people here in Sampson County. And that's one thing I like about Kenyon with the music department. He's able to bring out of you the best of you, that you feel like, well, I don't know if it's there, but he has that skill, and we're so blessed to have people like Kenyon and you and others that work in this field. So blessed to have you. So let's talk about Tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me tell you how this came to pass. Last week, Miss Luna sent me a text, and she said, Pastor, you do realize that this coming Wednesday night, which is tomorrow night, will be the 23rd anniversary of 9/11. And, someone like myself, I have so much, going on at times. It takes a whole team and a whole village to keep me in line. And she brought it to my remembrance, and I'm glad she did. And immediately when she said about having a special service, I jumped immediately on that. And my spirit began to just get stirred, and I went to the Lord in prayer, and I've been doing so ever since last week when we began on this, how to conduct this service, and everything began to fall in place. And I've been working diligently ever since then on, I believe, what the Lord is giving me. because you and I talked about the subject, and you brought it to my attention about Sleeping America. And we're in an election year and a lot of things that's going on, but there's so much that's going on that's parallel with the scriptures. And I believe it's every pastor's purpose to stand up and speak the word of God despite of what's going on in our surrounding. And I believe that the word should be encouraging, but when I or we are living a life that is not in line with God's word, sometimes that word can be offensive. Not directly just your feelings, but to our lifestyle. And then whenever our word is being preached and it doesn't step on your toes every now and then we have to question, where's my conviction at? And so tomorrow night, I am really looking forward to the worship service. It's going to be a Sunday morning service on tomorrow night.
Yeah, Kenyon and the team will be leading us in worship. It'll be the whole nine. The
whole 9 yards. And so it's not just your regular Bible study, which we enjoy our regular Bible studies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're really a great time in the Lord. But tomorrow night, I remember 23 years ago where I was. I can really be specific on what I was doing when all of this unfolded. And so this is actually 23 years ago, day before.
Yeah.
And day before 9/11, life was good in America, basically. And then all of a sudden, everything tragedy changed. Hit. Yes. And I'm going to be sharing some prophetic word in regards to that and where we are at in our culture today and how America needs to be stirred one more time. And I believe that God is still working in America. And America's not done. We're all in God's hand, but I do believe that we need to be awakened immediately, because there's things that's going on that if we don't proclaim the word loudly and clearly, then I believe we're going to miss our moment that God has destined for us to be in. So I'm very grateful for you bringing it to my attention.
That shows you. Leah.
Yeah, Leah. Leah Powell. I miss her.
I know, I do too.
I miss her. So we're inviting all of you, whether you're a member of this church or not, and if you're able to come and be with us to help us honor and remember 9/11, and let's worship the Lord together. I'm really looking for a powerful, powerful service. Whether I get up and preach or not, I'm looking for a powerful, powerful service. The power of God is not just established on one person. You know, I always find it intriguing when people get up and say, I'm going to be at such and such church to preach a revival. God is going to be moving. I want you to know God moves whether I'm there or not. Mm-hmm. And that's the wonderful thing about the power of God. God always has people in line, has people waiting on the pews, if it were, for their moment. And so come and be with us on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and let's celebrate together the presence of the Lord.
And we will still be having Mark Student Ministries. So if you're worried about where's my baby's going to go, we will have our Kingdom's Kids, which is birth through 5 years old, and then we have even classes on up to high school. So make sure to not let your kids be the reason you stay at home. Bring them. They're going to have a great time with Miss Emily Troublefield and her team, so you're not going to want to miss out. There's nothing to keep you here or to keep you away from here.
Yeah, it's going to be very powerful. I'm really feeling this. Actually, I went hunting yesterday, and I carried all of my stuff with me, and I had about 3 hours of quiet time, sitting in my blind, and I was just typing left and right, and finally animals started moving, but I really kind of lost interest in it because I really was in tune with the word. When I got home last night, I told my wife, I said, Stephanie, I can't get my computer or my iPad to do like it was supposed to do, and I thought I had lost a lot of information, but she was able to get it. I know I needed you and E.T. and Dina, but Stephanie rescued me to bring it all back. But I am really, I can't say in words right now, but I really, really am inspired for tomorrow night, and I just want you to be a part of it. And if you can't be here, of course, we'll be streaming live.
Yes, of course.
And so we appreciate all of you. Pat Wood, good to see you.
Brian Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Get to work. Get to work is all I've got to say.
Does he ever?
I don't know.
Miss Lori Bullard Sutton, God bless you. And Amanda Riddle, so glad to see you. And Mary Sandlin, good morning to you.
He's on lunch. It is 11:15. Brian Lane, it is 11:15.
He'll be on lunch at 3:15. Miss Dora Hunter, God bless you. Tom Betty, it was a great service, my friend. Hello, Miss Myrtle Sampson. You are so sweet. We just love you.
Hey, Miss Jonah. Hey, Jasmine.
Yeah. Pastor Watkins, good morning, sir. Jasmine, I like her. She says, hey, y'all. She's one of us for sure. We're one of her.
She on the dream team.
Miss Teresa Fernandez, we missed you this past Sunday. We love you. Anyone else? We love giving shout outs.
You get a shout out. You get a shout out. Squirrel. Well, we hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Do not forget tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We start at 7, so get here a little bit before because we're hoping to have a packed house.
Yes, yes.
So come, be ready to worship. Keenan and the team will be prepared for that. And then Pastor is going to come up. We also will have a special video done by someone very special.
I have watched this video, and it is so awesome. Miss Emily, let me sing her praises. Off the camera, behind the scenes, we laugh and carry on. We like to pick on each other. But I am really blessed to have the talent and the skills in this church and in my staff office, not only here throughout the week, but also, on Sunday mornings and people that does things behind the scene, the Greg Riles and the Nancy Tyndalls, and the list of names goes on and on and on. This church is not functioned just by one individual. And
it'd be a mess if it was.
Yeah, but she does such a great job in creating for the media videos and editing, and so much work that goes into that. And when she gets into that zone, you have to leave her alone. Sometimes she'll just say, I'll get to you in a minute. But she does so well. And so this video tomorrow night that she's got prepared for the service is really going to touch your heart in remembrance of 9/11. So again, so much good going on. Be a part of it tomorrow night.
All right, guys, go and make it a great day. We love you. God bless.
God bless you guys. Love.